Welcome back with another video on TryHackMe.com. This is Zahid Nazir and we are doing Advent of Cyber 2024. So this is day 4, although the day 6 video is up. We're gonna go with the task 10, which is Atomic Red Team. Day 4, I'm all atomic inside. Okay, the story, there is already a video by Cyber Mehdi. Check it out. We're gonna create our own walkthrough here. So Sockmas is approaching and the town of Ware Valley started preparation for the grand event. The Glitch, a quite talented security Sockmas engineer, had a hunch that these year's celebration would be different. Okay, with looming threats, he decided to revamp the town's security defenses. Since he did not have any kind of scope to work for the defenses, I don't know how, so he needed to do it unethically by hacking the town defenses and then protecting it, ironically. Okay, if you do it in real life, you will be liable to some cyber charges. Glitch began to fortify the town security defenses quietly and meticulously. He started by implementing a protective firewall, maybe IPS in this case, patching vulnerabilities and accessing endpoints to patch for security vulnerabilities. As he worked tirelessly, he left breadcrumbs, small traces of his activity. Unaware of the glitch's good intention, the SOC team spotted anomalies, logs showing admin access, escalation of privileges, patched system behaving differently, and security tool triggering alerts. The SOC team misinterpreted the system modifications as a sign of an insider threat or a rogue attacker and decided to launch an investigation using the Atomic Red Team framework. Okay, so they are showing that we are protecting, we are securing or protecting against the threat by blocking the entry points to this house. Okay. Learning objectives: learn how to identify malicious techniques using the MITRE ATT&CK framework. Is really famous and very important framework. If you haven't seen this, just check it out. I think we will be checking out in this room as well. Learn about how to use Atomic Red Team tests to conduct attack simulations. Understand how to create alerting and detection rules from the attack tests. Okay. Connecting to the machine. So in this machine, are we gonna start the tab box? I already started it, even though they said that we don't need it. Do I need to start a VM? Yes, I started the VM already. Is there a split screen available? Yes. I prefer to don't have the split screen unless it is necessary. Is there a direct link available? No. Am I given credentials to connect directly to VM via RDP VNC? Yes. Okay. So if the virtual machine isn't visible, use the show split view button at the top of the page. Additionally, if you wish to connect to the machine via RDP, use the credentials below. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Do we have our desktop? No, we don't have it. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, let us install this our desktop. This is the hardware like the most, so that's why I'm installing it. In the meanwhile, it will ask me to just a moment. Loading the databases and whatnot. It asks me to install the software. I will just say yes. Oh, it does not ask. It just do the installation directly. Okay. VM has Atomic Red Team and Sysmon installed. This will allow us to emulate an attack using TTP described in the MITRE ATT&CK framework. Detection gaps. While it might be the utopian dream of every blue teamer, we will rarely be able to detect every attack or step in an attack kill chain. This is reality that all blue teamers face there are gaps in their detection, but worry not. These gaps do not have to be the size of the black holes. There are things we can do to help make these gaps smaller. Detection gaps are usually for one of two main reasons: security. In a cat and mouse game, the line between anomalous and expected behavior is often very fine and sometimes even has significant overlap. Okay. Security is a cat and mouse game. As we detect more, the threat actor and the red teamers will find new sneaky ways to thwart our detection. We then need to study these novel techniques and update our signatures and alert rules to detect these new techniques. Okay. For example, let's say we are a company based in the US. We expect to see almost all of our logins come from IP addresses within the US. One day we get a login event from an IP in the EU, which could be an anomaly. However, it could also be our CEO traveling for business. This is an example where normal and malicious behavior intertwine, making it hard to create accurate detection rules that could not have too much noise. So see, in this example, even if CEO is traveling, so for example, at 11 a.m. in the morning, CEO logged in from US IP address, and then at 12 p.m. after 1 hour, the CEO is logging from EU. So I mean, this is impossible distance travel. Getting it? So once this is what we get in the alerts that CEO is just jumping around the world and trying to log in from a different IP address, which is impossible physically to travel in within the time limit. For example, 1 hour. So we will consider it as true positive instead of false positive. Getting it? Okay. Blue teams consistently refine and improve their detection rules to close the gaps they experience due to the two reasons mentioned above. Let's take a look at how this can be done. Sure, but before we do that, let's check it out. Yeah, our desktop is available. Our desktop. What is my IP? Let's go with yes, I do. What did I? Okay, wait. Desktop. Let's access the man pages. Okay, username, domain, shell. Okay, let's go with the U option. At least I will mention the N is the host name. Okay. Desktop, this one. U is administrator. What happened here? Certificate received from server is not trusted by this system. If yes, certificate failed to analyze, you have to correct reverse initialized. What is happening here? What if I want to ignore the certificate? Just a moment, guys. This shell, this is directory, this is password, keyboard. Full screen mode for server, disable user remote control. How to disable checking this server? Do not send, use private cursor to not S in X, enable experience is or Okay. Just a moment, guys. So we don't need to do any kind of remote extra because the machine is available out of the box within the split view, as you can see here. So we are already logged into this machine. Awesome, which is awesome. Let's continue. Blue teams consistently refine and improve. Yeah, we done so. Cyber attacks and the kill chain. Before diving into the creating new detection rules, we first have to discuss some key topics. The first topic to discuss is the cyber kill chain. All cyber attacks follow a fairly standard process, which is explained quite well by the unified cyber kill chain. Sure. So we have initial recon, initial compromise, then establish foothold, escalate privileges, and then escalate privileges can go to the internal recon, move laterally if we need to. For example, we did not reach to the target yet, so we can move laterally within the network, then maintain the persistence, and then we can go back to this step, which is escalate the privileges. And once we get the information that we were looking for example, exfiltrate the information, and then our mission will be completed, and which is our last step. Okay, so this is one of the in the unified cyber kill chain, by the way, there are, I think, close to 18 steps, and in this particular figure or the picture or the diagram, they just mention fewer steps here. Okay, I have covered this one in my SOC 1 playlist. I will put the playlist up here. You can just check it out. All right. As a blue teamer, it would be our dream to prevent all attacks at the start of the kill chain. So even just when threat actors start their reconnaissance, we already stop them dead in their tracks. But as discussed before, this is not possible. The goal then shifts slightly. If we are unable to fully detect and prevent a threat actor at any one phase in the kill chain, the goal becomes to perform detection across the entire kill chain in such a way that even if there are detection gaps in a single phase, the gap is covered in a later phase, okay, or later phase. The goal is therefore to ensure we can detect the threat actor before the very last phase of the goal execution. Sure. So MITRE attack. So MITRE attack, I think I also covered in the SOC 1 learning path. Just check it out. You're gonna enjoy this one. A popular framework for understanding the different techniques and tactics that the threat actors perform through the kill chain is the MITRE attack framework. The framework is a collection of tactics, techniques, and procedures that have been seen to be implemented by the real threat actors. The framework provides a navigator tool where these TTPs, it is called techniques, tools, and procedures, can be investigated. Okay, so this is a very nice user interface available. If you can just go to the navigator tool, you will see the user interface on their website, and as you can see, the gather victim force information is selected, then the compromise account, the external. So a specific TTP, if you choose a specific TTP, the navigator tool will highlight the particular techniques or procedures that that particular techniques, tools, and procedure uses. Okay, so TTP usually is binded with an APT, which is advanced persistent threat, which we call, for example, if there is any hacker group, anonymous, or something like that. So if we have any information about them previously as a history that they have done something and we have investigated, and we came to know that this is done by a very famous group, for example, anonymous, or maybe some Chinese hacker, or Russian or Iranian hackers. So the MITRE attack framework basically put them and label them as an APT. So APT1 could be some other hacking group, and APT100 could be some other hacking group. So just check it out on their website. It's really, really important and famous website. Okay, everybody knows about this by now. If you don't know about it, it's okay. Just check it out. If you know about this, just explore more because these are very, very useful websites and toolset that are available on the MITRE ATT&CK framework itself. However, the framework primarily discusses these TTPs in theoretical manner. Even if we know we have a gap for a specific TTP, we don't really know how to test the gap or close it down. This is where the atomic comes in. Atomic Red. The Atomic Red Team library is a collection of red team test cases that are mapped to the MITRE ATT&CK framework. The library consists of simple test cases that can be executed by any blue team to test for detection gaps and help close them down. The library also supports automation where the techniques can be automatically executed. However, it is also possible to execute them manually. Okay, dropping the atomic. MaxKD has a vague idea of what happened to the compromised machine. It seems someone tried to use the Atomic Red team to emulate an attack on one of our systems without permission. Yeah, this is very important. If you're doing it without permission, you are liable to some criminal cyber charges. The perpetrator also did not clean up the test artifacts. Let's have a look at what happened running an atomic. MaxKD suspects that the supposed attacker used the MITRE ATT&CK technique. This one, let's see what is this. Okay, so this is the spear phishing attachment attack. So in spear phishing, what you do is you basically identify which person is our target. For example, CEO or any C-class executive. We will just send him an email with an attachment. So once he will open the attachment, his computer or system will be infected, and we will gain the access to it. At least this is the goal, unless it is blocked by your security scanning solution, such as Microsoft Defender or many other solutions that you have. Okay, let's recreate the attack emulation performed by the supposed attacker and then look for artifacts created. Open up the PowerShell. Sure, here is the PowerShell. I'm propped as administrator. Yeah, it is already administrator. Follow along with us. Let's start by having a quick peek at the help page. Enter the get help invoke atomic test. Okay. I don't know if this is visible to you guys. What if I increase the font size here? So let's go with 28. Hopefully, yeah, it is much better now. Okay, get help and invoke atomic test. There we go. So this is the syntax. Atomic technique, string, show details, brief, test number, test name, test quiz, and many more. Okay. To help above only shows what parameters are available without any explanation, even though most parameter names are self-explanatory. Let us have a quick overview of the parameters we will use in this walkthrough. Sure. So we have parameter explanation and example use. Atomic technique. This defines what technique you want to emulate. You can use the complete technique name or the TXXXX, triplex, or tetrax value. This flag can be omitted. Okay. So this is invoke atomic dash and atomic technique, and then the technique that we want to test. Show detail. Shows the detail of each test included in the atomic. So for example, let's run this and check it out. Invoke atomic test T1566.01. Show details. Let's see. Ooh, So what do we have here exactly? So this is a phishing spearheading attachment technique. Download macro enable phishing attachment, and attack commands are this one. This atomic test downloaded a macro enabled document from the Atomic Red Team GitHub repository, simulating an end user clicking a phishing link to download the file. The PhishingAttachment.xslm and PhishingAttachment.txt are downloaded to the temp directory. Okay, this is good. They have even source code for doing all of this. Awesome, man. Awesome. Show details brief. Show the title of each test included in the atomic. Okay, let's do that again. It's basically the previous command, but we add brief into it, and here we go. So we have two techniques which are part of this 01. Download macro enable phishing attachment, and then we have word spawned a command shell and used an IP address in the command line. Okay. So shows the title of each test included in the atomics. Okay. So these are two tests available within our atomic framework itself. Okay. Check prerequisites. Provide a check if all necessary components are present for testing. So sure, let's do that. We just need to put like check and then enter tab. It will automatically complete the command. Prerequisite not met. T1566-001 dashboard spawned a command shell and use an IP address is the command line. What document must be installed? Oh, okay. And we can do like try installing prerequisites with the cat prerequisite switch. Let's continue. Test name sets the tests you want to execute using the command atomic test name. So invoke atomic test names, download macro enable phishing attachment. Okay. Test grids. Set the test you want to execute using the unique test ID. Okay. Test numbers. Set the tests you want to execute using the test number. The scope is limited to the atomic technique. Okay. So for example, we can go with 001, 2, 3, 4, and whatnot. Cleanup. Run the cleanup command that were configured to revert your machine state to normal. So test number 2, and then the cleanup. Okay. Our first command. We can build our first command now that we know which parameters are available. We would like to know more about what exactly happens when we test the technique T1566.001. To get this information, we must include the name of the technique we want information about, and then add the flag show details to our command. Let's have a look at the command we constructed. We already done so. This command displays the detail of the test included in the T1566.001 atomic. Yeah, we already went through it already. We did not go to the script itself, but we at least read about the description itself. Okay. The output above is clearly split up into multiple parts, each matching a test. Let's examine what type of information is provided in a test. We will use the test we want to run as an example. So this is the technique, phishing attachment, and this is technique number. The full name of the MITRE attack technique that will be tested. Atomic test name. This is the atomic test name. Atomic test number is 1. Atomic test grid is this one. Description. the atomic test downloads red macro enable document from the atomic red team GitHub repository, simulating an end user clicking a spare phishing link to download the file. The file PhishingAttachment.xslm is downloaded to the temp directory. Attack command is PowerShell executor. The execution required false, elevation required false. That means we don't need to have an admin permissions. We can just run it. The URL is this one. Localhost phishing. I don't know why they are using localhost instead of the GitHub URL. Cleanup commands, remove item, environment, this one, and error action ignore. Dependencies, there are no dependencies required. Okay. Phishing, spare phishing attachment T1566.001 emulated. Let's continue and run the first test of T1566.001. Before running the emulation, we should ensure that all required resources are in place to conduct it successfully. Verify this, we can add the flag. Check prerequisite. We did so, and this one is not installed, right? So for us, let's install it. Get the wait. They want us to check for test number 1 only, right? Test numbers 1 and check. So in this case, all the requirements are met, so we don't need to worry about this. This particular requirement was for the -2. Okay, we are going for just 1. All right. Moving forward. Now that we have verified the dependency, let us continue with the emulation. Execute the following command to start the emulation. Sure. So just remove the check and enter, and executing the test. Done executing the test. Sure. Based upon the output, we can determine that the test was successfully executed, and we can now analyze the logs in the Windows Event Viewer to find indicator of attack and compromise. Detecting the atomic. Now that we have executed the T1566.001 atomic, we can look for logs entry that point us to the emulation attack. For this purpose, we can use the Windows event log. This machine comes with the sysmon installed system monitor, provide us with the detailed information about process creation and network connections and changes to file creation time. To make it easier for us to pick up the events created for this emulation, we will first start the cleaning up files from the previous test by running the following code. Okay. And just put the clean up. We've done so. Now we will clear the sysmon events. Okay, open up the event viewer. So event viewer is already there, right? This one. Either you click here or you can click from here as well. Both of them will work. Okay. It is navigate to the application services, application and services logs. Here we go. And we don't have anything here. Why? Okay, we don't have anything here. Okay. Ah, yes, it is loaded now. We need to go to the Microsoft, then Windows, then sysmon, and then operational. Here we go. Okay, right click and clear the logs. Clear logs. I will just say clear. Okay, done. Now we have cleaned up the files and the sysmon logs. Let us run the emulation again by issuing the command. Sure. Just press the arrow keys on your keyboard. up arrow key, and you can switch between the commands. Okay, I'm running now. I run it. And let's go and refresh. Right click, refresh. Oh, here we go. There should be new events related to the emulation attack. Now sort the table on the date and time column to order the events chronologically. Oldest first. Sure. We need to reconnect. What happened with my server? It was looking better before. Okay. So this is chronological. Oldest or first. Okay. Let me do one thing. Yeah, maybe it's looking better now. Okay. We go to the event. We done so. Oldest first. The first two events of the list are tests that make execute for every emulation. We are interested in the two events that detail the attack. Okay. The first a process was created. Okay, so the process create rule, and as you can see, the image is this one, hostname.exe. It was from the administrator. Then a PowerShell was executed. Let's see the command here. PowerShell.exe only, and the parent user is atomic, then administrator. I don't see this command, by the way. Where exactly? Okay, maybe in the detail. Let's go with the detail. It is all the detail. I don't see the information they are presenting me here. Yeah, I don't see. Okay, first a process was created for the PowerShell to execute the following command, PowerShell.exe, and then there's a URL. I can see there is a PowerShell.exe command is issued, but I don't see the URL or something like that. Yeah, I don't see the URL. Wait a moment. Okay, then a file was created with the name phishing attachment. Let's see. File created. Wait. Yes, there is a file created in the local temp, and the file name is this one. Not the phishing attachment, by the way. Wait a moment. Let's see what else we have. Okay. There is a command line. Yes, framework. File created, process, registry. I think this is the file we are looking for. This is dlove. Yeah, so this is the file which was created. As you can see, this is the event exactly. We found it. Temp phishing attachment.xslm. Okay, it was created by the PowerShell. This was the image, and this is the target file. This is process ID and whatnot. Okay. Click on each event to see the details. When you select an event, you should see a detailed overview of all the data collected for that event. Click on the details tab to show all the events data in a readable format. Let us take a look at the details of these events below. The data highlighted is valuable for incident response and creating alerting rules. Okay, so which one they selected? It is on, I don't know which one they selected, but okay. Now we got the directory. Sure, let's go there. Just copy, paste in the address bar. Here we go. We have all the informations that we need to have. Open the PhishingAttachment.txt. Sure. Here we go. So this is our first, I think, flag. The flag include in the answer to the question 1. Make sure to answer the question now and click on clean up the command, as the cleanup command will delete this one. Sure, let's do that. So this is the first one. Copy, paste, and we are good. We are on streak 4. Awesome. Yeah, we were here. Let's clean up the artifacts from our phishing emulation. But before I do that, I just need to close it. Okay. Let's run it. And then we just put clean up, enter. So it is cleaning up. Now if we go to the temp folder, we don't have the files. All right. Now that we know which artifacts were created during this spear phishing emulation, we can use them to create the custom alerting rules in the next session. We'll explore this topic further. Okay. Alerting on the atomic. In the previous paragraph, we found multiple indicators of compromise through the sysmon event log. We can use this information to create detection rules to include in our EDR, SIEM, and IDS, etc. These tools offer functionality that allow us to import custom detection rules. There are several detection rules formats, including Yara, Sigma, Snort, and more. Let's look at how we can implement the artifacts related to T1566001 to create a custom Sigma rule. To event contained a possible indicator of the compromise, let's focus on the event that contain the invoke web request command. Okay. We can use the multiple part of this artifact to include in our custom Sigma rule. Invoke web request. It is not common for this command to run from a script behind the scene. URL is equal to this one. Attacker often use a specific malicious domain to host their payload, including the malicious URL in this Sigma rule could help us detect that specific URL. And then the phishing attachment dot some XLSM extension. This is the malicious payload downloaded and saved on our system. We can include its name in this Sigma rule as well. Combining all these pieces of information in a Sigma rule, we could look Sigma rule would look something like this. Ooh, wow, it's a big one. The detection part is where the effective detection is happening. We can see clearly the artifacts that we discovered during the emulation test. We can then import this rule into the main tools we use for our alerts, such as EDR, SIEM, or XDR, and more. Now that glitch has, okay, what is the EDR? So it is endpoint detection response in a series of tools that monitor devices for activity that could indicate a threat. SIEM is security information and event management, like Splunk or ELK that we saw in our day 3 log analysis. And then we have XDR as well. Now the glitch has shown us his intention. Let's continue with his work and run an emulation for ransomware challenge. As glitch continues to prepare for the SOC mass and fortifies Ware Valley security, he decided to conduct an attack simulation that would mimic a ransomware attack across the environment. He is unsure of the correct detection metrics to implement for this test and asks you for help. Your task is to identify the correct atomic test to run that will take advantage of a command and script interpreter and connect the test. and exact valuable artifact that would be used to craft a detection rule. Okay, would be our point of interest. Okay, so we need to use the MITRE ATT&CK website. So just go to, for example, this one. We can search around ransomware, right? So we're looking for ransomware. Ransomware. So we are looking for technique, right? Techniques. Wait a minute. Let's put either we can do it from here or we can use the command line to what about if we go with some text. Wait a moment, if we go with this particular technique, go enterprise and some the financial theft. In this financial theft, we have INC. We are looking for technique. Where is the technique? This is procedure, this is mitigation, this is detection. Defense evasion. Okay. And some lateral movement, exfiltration, execution, persistence. I'm not sure. Let's search everything. And some where. Toss the environment. He then show the correct detection methods to implement to test the commands. Okay, so ransomware. This is the INC strain that has been used to NSE ransom group. Okay, what about this one? This is the campaign. Okay. So this is type malware and it is coming under software, right? I'm not sure which techniques we need to use. So what we needed to search is, so this is the technique that we need to use, a command and scripting interpreter. I just copied it and searched it here. As you can see, we have a lot of techniques available here. So mostly we are interested in, I think on the enterprise side, right? And this is the parent technique, and then we have sub techniques as well, and we have mobile version of those as well. So let's go with the enterprise. So this is the ID of the technique. Hopefully this will work. All right. What attack sub technique ID focus on the Windows command shell. Okay. Windows command shell. Here is the technique. I think it is available within the description. So as you can see on the very bottom of the screen on the left side, it is 003 technique. Let's click on it. Let's see. So I hope this is the technique we are looking for, and this is also, you know, the sub technique. As you can see from here, this is the parent and this is the sub technique from the navigation bar. Yeah, okay. What is the name of the atomic test to be simulated? Name of the atomic test. Okay. So in order to do that, I need to enable the split view. Okay. Here we go. I will leave it as it is. Let's decrease the size a little bit. Let's go with the 20 at least. Yeah, okay. Hopefully this is still visible. Okay. So invoke atomic, and then we need to put the technique, which is this one, and then we need to say show details. Okay. Well, this was a lot of detail, man. We are looking for 3, right? 593. Yeah, this is 3. So what is the name? So name is this one. Suspicious execution via command shell. I hope this is the name. No. This is 003, right? Yeah, this is 003. What else we have? This is 2. A text file. Okay, what else? This is 1. Create and execute batch script. What is the name of the file used? No. What is the name of the topic test to be simulated? Replace subtechnique placeholder in the command invoke and atomic text subtechnique show detail with the one found in the question 3. Look for atomic test names in regards to malware. Okay, in regards to the malware. So 2 is not the same, execution of is not the same. Simulate black byte ransomware. So yeah, so I think this is what we are looking for, since it has the word ransomware. So as you can see, it is atomic test number 4. Okay, what is the name of the file used in the test? what is the name of the file used in the test? Okay, so this is 4. Maybe the file name is already there somewhere. Yeah, so this is the file name. Okay. What is the flag found from this atomic test? So in order to do that, we need to run it, right? So we know that so the test number is 4 and technique is ATT&CK and .003 and test number is 4. Let's run it. Okay, so it asking us to create a PDF, so let's put we tested 1059.003. Okay, so maybe this is the file we are looking for. Come on. Okay, so if we just, yeah, so this is the flag I think that we were looking for. Come on. Okay, so let me copy all of it. Don't let me do that, man. Copy, paste. Awesome, so we have completed this room. So if you want to take a look at the dedicated room of atomic red, you would need to go to the exact room and try to figure out what they want us to do here. So I will definitely check it out later on after completing this video. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And hopefully you have enjoyed working on this room, working on this task, which are day 4 task. As like me, I always enjoy the walkthrough of going through logs and trying to find out the hidden patterns and try to learn new things. So hopefully you enjoyed it as well. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.